South Africa is now already breaking up into enclaves while we witness the collapse of the central government right before our very eyes. This is the analysis of one of the country's most seasoned and most respected political commentators. He is pointing to the fact that South Africa can no longer be held together as a single country and that none of the major political parties, not the ANC, not the EFF, not the MK, and certainly not the DA, has the capacity to save this country from dissolving into a state of anarchy. What makes this very interesting is that this particular analyst is well known for being one of the big proponents and big believers in the so-called Rainbow Nation. But even he, a liberal who had spent his entire life trying to make this Rainbow Nation work, even he is now of the opinion that it is not possible for this nation to go ahead. Stay tuned, because in today's video we are going to explore the hard reality of the true state of this country that even the most mainstream political analysts can no longer deny the truth. In a recent interview, Frans Cronje, who is a well-known liberal political analyst as well as a big believer in the Rainbow Nation, previously, and who has for decades been one of the most influential and recognizable political voices and scenario planners in the South African political landscape, made this explosive claim. South Africa, as we know, is breaking up into enclaves. In the interview released via BizNews, Cronje outlined exactly why he believes South Africa, as one unified entity controlled by one central government, is now officially dead in the water. Cronje claims that South Africa isn't just about to break up into enclaves in the near future. He outlines exactly how and where this process is already beginning as we are speaking right now. And while Cronje believes that there is still a slight possibility for South Africa to remain a single unified state or political entity, even despite this inevitable process of breaking up into enclaves, he certainly admits that every day the ANC remains in power, the less likely this scenario, which he wishes for, becomes. Frans Cronje served as the head of South Africa's oldest think tank, the Institute for Race Relations, from, of course, 2014 to 2021. After having been actively involved with the organization for more than 18 years. Since then, he has been actively involved with building up the Social Research Foundation as a new liberal-oriented research institution aimed at providing policymakers, businesses, diplomats, and the public with data-driven insights into South Africa's future. The Social Research Foundation gained considerable attention for its election polling ahead of the 2024 general election, where its forecasts proved to be the closest to accurate of all polling organizations in the country. In this most recent interview, Cronje unpacked just how fragile the GNU government truly is, how the upcoming municipal elections are bound to translate into coalition chaos, and even infighting within the major political parties themselves, and why he believes the resilience of the private sector is the only glimmer of hope for ensuring any kind of stability for this country right now. It must be kept in mind that Cronje's liberal political worldview necessitates that he maintains a certain affection towards the South African nation-state, and particularly in terms of its post-1994 Rainbow Nation manifestation that we know that was idolized by the West so much. In his interview, Cronje accordingly tries to look for ways in which there is a possibility that the current multicultural nation-state can be preserved. But even he admits that neither the Democratic Alliance nor the ANC nor the ANC's daughter parties such as the MK and EFF has either the political will or the ability and competence to accomplish this through a centralized political governance. He even claims that hoping for a new government elected by democratic means to try to save the economy and save the country and save the social system is a futile exercise altogether. For Cronje, the only hope lies in the private sector effectively taking over government functions one by one until sometime in the future, where a competent government can then again take power. But then Cronje makes a truly explosive claim. He says the political collapse of the country has now reached a point where the entire colonial project of South Africa, the very creation of this unified country as a single entity, is now at risk. Take a look here.
What's really happening, you must put it this way, is that we're seeing what we're really doing at the moment in the country is we're testing the decision to form the union in 1910. Can that hold together? Because it has only held together, it's a funny thing, it doesn't naturally fit. It has only held together for one reason, which is that throughout there was an authority in Pretoria that either through draconian and force of arms, through the apartheid era and before that, or through the moral stature of the ANC and the initial recovery and Mandela after that, commanded the authority over the country.
Cronje then goes on to claim that this authority is being eroded right before our very eyes, and that the future of South Africa is a dystopian future where the Union will essentially balkanize like the former Yugoslavia, which ended up breaking into 7 different nation states in the early 90s and going into the 2000s. Cronje, however, believes that the breaking up of South Africa on a macro level will primarily occur along socio-economic lines rather than ethnic lines, with entrepreneurs and those who are able to work remotely being able to shield themselves from the collapse and anarchy all around them. Fascinatingly, Cronje points out that this is already happening as we speak. He points to the example of KwaZulu-Natal and specifically the Durban area, which has suffered through almost zero economic growth for multiple decades now, which have been without electricity multiple times for weeks on end. And on top of all of this, there will be a pandemic for 2 years where everyone will be locked in their own homes. And all of this combined will end in an insurrection where people will riot in the streets, loot stores before entire neighborhoods would be swept away by several floods. And then Cronje says that after all of the Umhlanga enclave, where major companies are still on the back end of all of that, continued to operate on first world standards. I believe Frans Cronje is right inasmuch as he is rightly identifying how South Africa is already breaking up. And I agree with him in terms of the rise of economic enclaves out of the rubble that is South Africa's collapse brought to you by the so-called Rainbow Project. But I vehemently disagree with him that the centralized nation state has a future beyond a decade of anarchy, which he predicts will come about. Just like Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union were never restored, and the peoples of those breakaway states have no interest or intention of rejoining their unions ever again, as the ongoing war in Ukraine exemplifies, so I believe that the enclaves which emerge out of the collapse of the Rainbow Project of the South African Union will largely not want to become part of a greater South Africa again, and want not to only maintain, but actually build out their independence and sovereignty and self-determination going forward. The reality is that as they gradually evolve into increasingly autonomous communities with their own institutions and identities and political aspirations, peoples and nations within South Africa that break away from this failed project will develop new loyalty and will be highly reluctant to surrender a working system for what has for decades been proven as an unworkable one. And if history is any guide, once a nation learned to govern themselves successfully again, they seldom rush to go on and surrender that independence. And in the historic cases where this did happen, it rarely turned out well for anyone involved. Ultimately, we here at the Willem Petzer Group don't believe that the centralized state has to survive at all. Our first loyalty is, of course, to God, but then to our own people. And if it is in the interest of our own people to separate ourselves from this collapsing system of corruption and incompetence that we see before us, then so be it. In a recent video, we also highlighted why it is that we believe self-determination is in the best interest of every single nation and every single individual living in this country, and why I am staying and fighting exactly for that for my own people, and why you should fight for it for your own people. Check out that analysis and video by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right here. I do believe you will find it very informative and maybe even inspiring. And please do support our work and help us continue producing videos such as these every single day by becoming a paying member of the Willem Petzer Group. Simply follow the easy steps on the banner below. Goodbye and God bless.